The Mishnah told us something very interesting. It says that they would not sleep in their big day kodesh.
We were talking about yesterday, right?
In their holy clothes.
Good question.
They would have.
This is
yes, exactly. That's what we're going to bring out of here.
We keep trying to prove to this diagram, but who's to say this is correct? This diagram that everyone
we're not
is from
proving.
the Rosh.
You think the Rosh made the diagram himself?
According to this.
Oh wow, I'm impressed now.
That's why you got a trophy. That's why you got a trophy.
I thought it was just someone learning. The printer put it in. I didn't think it even had a source like that.
Sur al pi das Rosh.
Al pi das Rosh.
Yeah.
That means someone drew it according to the Rosh.
His understanding.
Yeah.
His understanding of the Rosh.
Still got a trophy. A long time ago. Still yours.
Well, the professor,
I'm not
Levi Yosef, said he was in Washington, D.C.
What happened?
Remind me.
Oh, what happened was he walked into a shul.
Oh yeah, want me to tell a story?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was,
Explain. You're telling him.
I wanted to tell this, but I didn't have all these stories. But just beginning to learn about this stuff, I was maybe 38 years old. So
2 years ago, that means.
I was going to say that.
Okay. So and they were learning this. And there was a fold out, just like in this book. And I said, "Hey, there's a temple. This is the temple. The Jews had a temple like thousands of years ago. It was amazing." And then I got more involved in it. And I went to Muncie for a year, and then I made Aliyah. And then I had a job in Washington and went back to Washington. I went to see that shul.
Before Congress, by the way.
Right. I went to see that shul to stop in and see what they're learning. I said, these guys are still on the same Gemara. And then I realized, it's 7 years later. Right? 7 years later. They haven't progressed. That was my first thought. They're still learning the same Gemara we learned many years ago.
Oh, very nice.
And now we're coming up to this now. This is 2 years later, right?
Very good.
So it says over here that they wouldn't sleep in the big day kodesh, in the holy clothes. Shinahu delay, they wouldn't sleep in it. Abel hilach mahalchim, but it sounds like that they were allowed to walk around with this clothing even though they weren't doing the avodah. Now we're not talking about in the Azara, we're talking about probably in the Beis HaMikdash when they're relaxing and different things. Yeah.
Talking
so
about barbecue recipes.
In the Azara, it doesn't make sense that he does the Kabbalah and the Zrika immediately has to take off the clothes. That wouldn't make sense. We're not asking that. In the Azara itself, we understand he has to wear the clothes, but once he leaves the Azara, he's allowed to walk around in the different chambers, and he's allowed to wear it. Obviously, you're allowed to have benefit, personal benefit, from the big dekuna. Really, the Gemara says he can't even walk in the big dekuna. So why does it just say that they wouldn't sleep in it? Because there's a chiddush here. It says, they would remove their clothing, they would fold it and they would put it under their heads. That's what it wanted to tell us. So that's why it says that they wouldn't sleep in it, because it wanted to tell us that they would put it under their heads. It says, whoa, that's a big deal. That's a contradiction itself. It says, you can put it under the head. You're back to the problem. If you can put it under the heads, that means that they were using it like a cushion, a pillow. The Gemara answers, neged reshayim. When it says tachas, it means neged. I'm not familiar with that term, tachas meaning neged, but it would have to go next to the head. Next to the head. Why would it? Yeah, what's the purpose of that? I don't know.
Save on drawer space.
Amar Rav Papa, but there is a chiddush here. Let's look at Rav Papa. Rav Papa is the towards the end of the Amaraic period, so he would be a student of Abaya. Rav Papa is a student of Abaya and Rava, mainly a student of Rava. So many times the Gemara says, Amar Rav Papa, Beitema Amar Rava. Because he was a student, sometimes it gets confused who actually was the source of that. Shma mina tefillin min atzad sharyan. Apparently, you can sleep with tefillin at the side of your bed, because you're not allowed to sleep in tefillin. A person could pass gas, and it's not respectful to be wearing tefillin. So, but apparently, you can put the tefillin on the side of the bed, and v'lei chashinan. Dilma Megander V'nafal Alai, that maybe you'll roll over onto them. So here also, Here it makes sense that it means Keneged Rishayim Diamatachas Rishayim, because if you'll say that it's under the head, Nihi Dinitna Lihanas Behem, although you can have benefit from them, let's say that you can have benefit, but Tepikle Mishamisa de Kalayim, you have another issue of shatness. Big Dekuna possibly had shatness. I don't want to go further into that discussion. That we'll leave for tomorrow. But it must mean that they weren't actually putting their heads in it, because shatness applies to cushions that you sit on, even in the. I'm sorry. Yeah, while they're wearing it, that's not a problem when they're doing the avodah. But just to put it out, use it as a pillow, that would be a problem. So even in the cushions of the trains years ago, the very frum people would stand.
That was in the old the trains in the old New York City subways. The seats were linen.
There we go.
And it was very hard. I have a picture of that, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. And
Back in the day.
and and that's true. So people would suits, whatever they were worried that they'd go in, and if the linen got caught in the fibers, they would create sharpness.
Wow.
So people, if you're wearing
Those
one,
people wouldn't sit down.